fall in love with feel-good stuff and things that's entertaining. They can't take things seriously. See, Dr. Cress Welsing, the late Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, she described us as infantile in the mind, childish. There's no doubt about that. We don't take things seriously. It reminds me of a child. A child can tell you because you won't do what that child wants you to do, and that child will hate you. I hate you. You won't let me. I hate you. Next thing you know, that child is climbing all over your back and hugging and squeezing you because you bought that child a 35-cent bag of potato chips. This is how we behave. We get angry and upset with Caucasian people, and then the only thing they got to do is give us some money. That's all it takes. We can even go back to the 1960s. And the Caucasian people, the only thing they did, once the big shot leaders, many of them was murdered, got taken out, the only thing the Caucasian people did was start giving you some crumbs off the table. Some of the Caucasian people start marrying you. I'm a white girl. I'm a white girl, but I sure love me some black men. Mm-hmm. And you so happy to be with your massa. I always knew, Sally, you love me. I always knew, Sally, you love me. Wow. I am in the wrong place to be real. So I'm sitting back today thinking, what you thinking about, Mr. Taalik, sir? I'm thinking about the deaths of Sandra Bland. I don't know who Sandra Bland is personally. I don't know who she is. And see, this is the thing about it. If y'all knew Sandra Bland, you might not like her. And the hypocritical thing that you would say, now you don't know this woman, but if you knew her and didn't like her, your ass would be on social media talking about, she deserved it. I'm glad she did. There are some people who know me. I'm a descendant of a slave called black, born in America, having dark skin. I'm a black man just like you, living in this hell. But because you don't like me, and if the police shot me today, you be on social media. I'm so glad that Angel Snap Nap 7 is dead. Y'all so fake and hypocrites. I don't want to see none of you dead. Those that talk about me like a dog. Those who lie on me like a dog. I have never and would never, you never see me make a video talking about I'm so happy that you're dead. And the reason why you won't see me making a video like that is because I truly love our people. I love these who are the descendants of slaves born in America having dark skin. We can't get along all the time, but I don't hate you. We should not be. Why are you hating each other? We are hating each other because you still have that dark European, you still have that slave mentality. That's why. So stop being fake. I can show love and concern for Sandra Bland because whether I learned how to like her or I didn't like her, I would not want her dead in a jail cell. Then you have the young, very young baby. She's a baby, 23 years old? Corinne Gaines? She's a child. The SWAT team come in her house and kill her and I think they say injured her baby boy over traffic crap violations. And there is no outrage. You don't really hear a lot about Sandra Bland anymore. Bland anymore. And there are many who say that the police was justified in killing this child, Corinne Gang. She was not a criminal. This was traffic tickets, traffic garbage. She did not murder nobody. She was not stealing from nobody. She was not stalking nobody. She was taught this more sovereign stuff, I guess. I don't know. And she was trying to use that and telling these crackers, I don't give a damn about what you're talking about. You know, I can drive a car. I'm not under your law. However, whatever was going on in her mind, she did not deserve for a SWAT team to come into her house and blow her away. And there is no outrage. First, it was black men. Trayvon Martin, Sean Bell, and Freddie Gray, and the list goes on. And that little boy being killed, murdered by these pigs. And now to show black men, they really don't have no respect for us at all, period. Now I'm going to start killing your girls and your women. Over traffic violations. So you can't even drive in your car, and some beast will be waiting with his hand on the trigger. And you can put it on videotape and you can do whatever you want to, Negro. There is no outrage. You don't have to like Corinne Gaines. To me and for me, that's a baby child. You want to kill her over some traffic garbage in front of her babies? This was an excuse for these devils to kill another black person. And when they found out she was so rebellious, that really made them want to murder her. Get rid of this, because see, if we let her get away with this type of rebellion, she might spoil the other slaves. And there is no outrage. We are such a cowardly people. You get mad and angry just like that little child for a few minutes. Then somebody throw you some crumbs and you shut the hell up. Many of the family members of these murdered sisters and brothers, they take the money and they run, and you don't hear nothing about nothing no more. If they murdered my mother or my sisters or brother or friends, you can believe it, I will never shut up. And I'm not going to take your dirty money. That's why it would be important for them to murder somebody like me. Because I don't want your money. I can't be bought. I don't care nothing about being on your TV, CNN. Some of these Negroes think they are doing some big stuff. I'm on CNN, CBS, Fox News. Did you hear what Taalik Nasheed put that cracker in his place? The reality is we have been putting these crackers in their place on their media for decades, beginning with Malcolm way back in the 1960s. It don't mean nothing. What has changed? So what? You put him in his place. And he'll put you in your place. Preferably the morgue, the casket, the cemetery. That's the place where they want you and me to be. This disturbs me. Where are the men in Corinne Gaines' life? Where are the men in Sandra Bland's life? Where are the men speaking out? Where are the men that are saying, how dare you? You're not going to get away with killing my auntie, my sister, my whoever, however she's related to you. Where are the voices? And these should be all over YouTube and Facebook. And they should be getting the people mad and angry because it's them now. It could be you later. I have had these cracker guns in my face. And I knew within the next few moments that could be the end. And this is the way that y'all want to continue to live. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die fighting. I wonder if that sister Corinne Gaines, they said she had a shotgun. Did she shoot? She should have tried to kill at least one of them pigs. I don't even think the poor sister even shot the gun. They just came in there, murdered her, and killed her over a traffic ticket. Even hurt the little baby. I wonder. And see, we don't train our babies because that little boy should grow up to avenge his mother's death. But we don't put that in our children's mind. We so docile. Make a business. Build a hospital. You need to build a hospital because a whole lot of you are going to be in it after being shot by the police. I'm not a violent person. Matter of fact, many of you might think I talk a lot. I don't even talk a lot. I'm very silent. That's why if you debate me, you got a problem. Because I'm silent, I study what you're talking about, and I'm listening to you. I'm not just running my mouth. That's why you're going to have a problem with me, because I have studied your videos. I studied what you're talking about. I have studied you. I'm not just running my mouth thinking that I know it all. I want to know exactly what I'm dealing with. My heart goes out. I'm one person. I can't do nothing by myself. We must become defensive. I don't know if you are a harmless snake or you have poison. I don't know this. And I'm not interested in really being the friend of the snake to find out either yay or nay. That's just the reality of it. You don't have a history where you can be trusted. I don't have time to try to discern who is a good one. You got to prove that real quick. You know, it's just like if you sneak up on somebody, then they pull a gun. You better make it very clear and very quick. I'm Joe, man. Don't shoot me. You got to make it very quick. Let that person know you don't mean them no harm. Because as far as they know, something has sneaked on them. It might be a threat. It might cause them some kind of harm. So the only thing on their mind is to stop the threat. So it's not up for me to be friends with you and try to find out whether you're a good white person or not. You need to show me That's what you are. Not by your talk, but by your actions. Speaking of actions, let me say this very quickly before my time expires. There was a scene in Good Times, the show, JJ, Florida, Thelma, and Michael, and Buffalo Butt, the show Good Times. There was a scene where the Evans family was doing very bad. They were behind in the rent, and JJ messed around and got a job, playing the numbers, doing the gambling or whatever, And his mother, Florida, found out about it. He had bought the family all these different things, TVs and food. And Florida found out that JJ's money was coming from, gambling. And she told JJ, you got to stop. I can't accept this. And he's like, Mama, we need this. And no, I'm not going to accept this. And this was not the first time that Florida Evans was against money that was coming from, these, from sinful activities, per se. She was against it. I don't want your dirty money. So I'm using this as an example to say what? What are you using this as an example to say what? The good white people. Now, if you notice, the good white people, they know how they got this land. They know how they make their money. They know what their ancestors done. But have you ever heard any of them say, I don't want that. They got that because of slavery. I don't want that. That's dirty money. They got that because they destroyed Ghana. They destroyed Somalia. They destroyed some other African nation. You never hear them talk about, I don't want that. That's dirty money. This should give you an idea of what type of people that you're talking about. Remember, they such hard workers. If you're such a hard worker and you got it going on like that, then what you need the dirty money for? Do just like what you tell us. Pull up your own bootstraps. Make your own. Do your own thing. They continue to live on the dirty money that was raised due to slavery and handed down from generation to generation. And you want me to sit back and trust and lovey-dove a people like that. Then you have Caucasian billionaires. Not a millionaire. You have Caucasian billionaires. For an example, Bill Gates. Bill Gates. We're gonna quash the reparations thing. Let's say, for instance, there's 70 million soul people in this country. Bill Gates could give every black person in this nation $1 million tax-free, and then he could tell these black folks, shut the hell up about reparations. All of you got $1 million. If you take that $1 million tax-free and you blow it, that's your business. I don't want to hear that stuff no more. He could do that easily. And so that issue, reparations won't be an issue no more. They gave you $1 million, each black person $1 million. Now, some of the people that y'all call Uncle Toms and Coon, it would really be less than 70 million because I don't want that kind of money. I'm doing fine myself. I don't want your money, Bill Gates. So actually, it would be less than 70 million. But of course, people like Tommy Sotomayor and Jesse Lee Powell, they'll be in front of the line asking Bill Gates to give them their $1 million. Well, they'll make an excuse then. Well, I am black, I want my... See, people so fake. I am in the wrong place to be real. If you don't want to be real, your best bet is don't mess with me at all, because I don't like it. You cannot change a real condition being fake. You cannot change a real condition being a fraud. You cannot change a real condition being incompetent. No matter how sincere you are, if you are incompetent, it does not matter. You still, the problem still persists. So I am very fair. In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. Of course, I am the gatekeeper of this particular program, known here on the World Wide Web, the Internet, social media, whatever you may call it. I am known as the mighty, mighty, mighty Angel Snutting Up 7, your soul brother number 1, and your friend Taalik Ibn'rad. I want to dedicate these few words to the memory of Michael Xavier Johnson and Gavin Long. And this is necessary because such actions, although we may not like it, such actions may be necessary. In fact, history verifies and has proven such actions must be an option when you are a people who are under a system of injustice and oppression. There is no dark-skinned person, I believe, in this nation that really wants to go out and hurt somebody or even hate somebody. All the black man and woman in this nation wants to do is live a peaceful life and try to be happy, just like anyone else in this nation. Unfortunately, going on 500 years, there is a system, and there are groups of people that support that system and use that system to their advantage so they may continue the harassment, the legal murder, the oppression, of course, discrimination, and you know these other things that have been done to the descendants of slaves born in America, having dark skin, again, going on. Not for 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, 300 years. It is going on now, 500 years. When we talk about solutions to this most dire and extreme problem, we hear the only thing dark-skinned people, African Americans need is money. Many of us have money. That's why we can pay the internet bill. That's why we go to the movies. That's why we go to the basketball game. Many of us have money for Jordan shoes, $200, $300, $500 or whatever a pair. Many African Americanus, we have education. Many of us have college degrees. We have went to trade school. many of us have our businesses. We go out and vote. And we join the military, and we fight and die for this nation. And every April, we pay our taxes to this nation, and we are rewarded by a bullet in the head, a traffic ticket, a traffic violation, and the SWAT team comes in our house and blows our brain out. We play in the park with a toy pistol as a child, and we are shot down like a dog. This is the reward for us in this nation, and you cannot expect forever that if people continue to take this. Money has not solved the problem for us. Education has not solved the problem. Having a business or voting, none of these things have made a dent in the solution to the problem that the African American, so-called Negro, the descendants of slaves born in America, that we face again going on 500 years. There was one solution that was working. There was one solution that was gaining you respect. During the 1960s, the enemy thought there really would be a black revolution. But the more money you have, the more education you have, the more you can vote, and your businesses, all these things make you docile and make you comfortable in your oppression. They do not help the situation, they make it worse, because the more comfortable you are, you really believe that a change is going on and that you're finally going to be treated as an equal citizen in this nation. But again, going on 500 years, and in the eyes, in your face and behind closed doors, you know what they call you and me, the N-word, and worse. But during the 1960s, our ancestors, had gotten tired and sick of playing games with these pigs, these demons, these bastards. And they began to fight, whether that fight was nonviolent, whether that fight they wanted to use and have the option of physical retaliation. Our people were beginning to get upset. They had nothing to lose, so it was time to fight back. And that was the only time our people gained any kind of respect. Whether you lose a fight or not, when a person fights, they gain respect. A coward dies thousands of times. A brave man only dies once. It is time for the black men who call themselves men. It is time for you. If you have to die once, then you die as a brave man. But as these cowards that we find ourselves in, you die over and over again, shaking in your boots, scared to say what you really mean, in fear of what devils are going to do. And then you have the nerve to condone or speak against somebody like Michael Xavier Johnson or Gavin Long, who, if they were willing to give their lives, they actually could have done more damage to an enemy. But they became emotional and just decided to act on vengeance instead of actually doing or taking action that would really benefit this struggle. But regardless, they were shown that they were soldiers, and they shown that they did care about the people of whom birthed them, while the people, many of them, condemned their actions. I'm not going to condemn nothing. Anybody that does anything to stand up for me or avenge my death, why would I speak down upon them? you should be happy. But that is the way of the coward, still a slave, still looking for Masa's acceptance, Masa approval. I could give a damn about Masa. Nobody respects a coward. During the 1960s, early 70s, our people, you were in fact winning, and you did not know that you were winning. But this devil killed your leaders, and you don't know how to lead yourself. You can't think for yourself. So once the head is chopped off, then the body begins to fall, and you begin to eat at yourself, and you became docile. Then the devil start giving you better crumbs off the table, and now you just went silent. But a devil is a devil. A tiger does not change his spots, and a leopard. No, wait a minute. How does that go? A tiger does not change its stripes, and a leopard does not change its spots. Once a devil, always a devil. And the devil got after the civil rights era, left you alone just a little bit. And now they're right back in business again. You have not learned your lesson. You married them, and you kiss them in their backside, and you think that everything is all right. And they show you every day, stay in your place. If you don't stay in your place, this is what will happen to you. You are afraid to use the natural option of self-defense. You are afraid to die as a brave people because they have given you these things. I don't give a damn about the car outside. I don't give a damn about these new shoes. I don't give a damn about none of these material things when you live in a place that don't respect your life. They respect the shoes and the car and the house rather than the man and the woman and the children inside the house, inside the car. And that's all right with you. Masa, he will see the light. Well, I don't give a damn if Masa never see the light. The hell with Masa. And if you're going to use your money and education and have a business, the goal, the ultimate goal should be separation from these devils, not integration. Making yourself docile. You happy to be a victim. Then they tell you that you're not a victim, and you just shaking your head. Yeah, I ain't no victim, all right. As men, you should have the fire. You should have the desire. When your women and your children and even your own life, there's a threat, you should be ready and willing to fight. But the man, your manhood has been ripped. Your manhood has been shredded. And the only thing you can do is cry and complain and go on TV shows talking about, I sure showed him, I told him the truth. Devils don't care nothing about your truth. They could care less. So you can put them, you can talk all that you want to. When it's all said and done, Negro, stay in your place. Brother, you suggesting war. You suggesting that we fight. Yes, I do. It is your right. It is natural. When there's a threat against your life, a threat against your loved ones, you have the right to protect them just like they do. I cannot come on social media and tell us what to do, but I can suggest a few things. And that is, you fight on your own terms. You don't fight on the terms of what your enemy talking about. You set your own goals for winning the confrontation. You don't care nothing about what they talking about. You develop your own strategy. Use your own creativity. somebody was telling me about the art of war. I don't give a dang about the art of war. You can study what other people have done, but you have a brain. Use your brain. Be creative in yourself. The enemy would view civil war as a race war. It's not a race war. For us, it would be a struggle for justice and freedom and equality, something that we're supposed to have anyway in this nation. It's not a race war. We're not fighting because somebody is a pink person, a white person, Caucasian, whatever. We're fighting because we have been treated unjust and we're murdered and there's no justice and there's no equality. There are all these things that we should have as a citizen in this nation where we are born. For them, race war means legal murder for them. They want to kill. For us, and I'm telling you this as a strategy, for you, it's not about murder, running around trying to kill Caucasian people or whatever. That's not your step. That's what them. They are murderers. You're not a murderer. The only thing you want is justice. The only thing you want is freedom. The only thing you want and I want is to be left the hell alone. So your strategy should be destruction of the infrastructure. Attacking the things that they love. Because, see, they are material. They want money. So you do things to interrupt their money flow. Everything is computerized. You can knock down a whole lot of electric lines. Throw trash in the street on purpose. Throw glass on the highway. All kinds of things. Sabotage. Just even on your job. Mess things up for them. They don't know. You cannot protect everything. Something is always open for an easy attack. You don't have to touch them at all. They cry because they lose their car. They can't play a video game. They can't go to a baseball game. Simple things like that. However, you do have the right to self-defense. And if they attack you and try to take your life, you do have the right to defend yourself. What is your goal? What should be your goal? Your goal should be to bring attention to the world. And your actions should bring out the real devil that's in the United States. So the whole world can see that these devils, these demons, these bastards that rule America are no different than anybody else. And if you read the history of America, you will find that America, when they talk about human rights violation, they are no better than China or anybody else. They abuse their citizens. Go to any prison, any jail, mental institution, you will find countless citizens of this nation brutalized. I guarantee you. One of the best strategies is just what Michael Xavier and Gavin Long done, and that was solo projects and small cells. Large organizations are too easy for the devils to infiltrate and try to break up. So when you stay small and just do little things, and when somebody do something here, somebody else do over there, and woo, man, whoa, wow. We were just thinking about it if you would do it. Make the enemy come to you. If you are in these cities, make them come to you. Booby trap where you live. Understand their drones, their technology. There's things that drones can do and there's things that drones can't do. Be aware of all these things. Don't be taken alive. If you are taken alive, just name, rank, and serial number. Because we are at war and we will stay at war until there's a real solution to this problem, because we should not continue to allow this foolishness to continue to go on 600 years. It is not fair for your future generations. It is not fair for us right now. So yes, you have the right to self-defense, and it should be an option on the table. Up to the news, there's another cop shooting in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and those soul brothers and sisters has Milwaukee on fire. Milwaukee on fire. Police cars torn up, buildings burning. You know, for me, I love it. I love when soul brothers and sisters, when y'all get angry, when you get mad. And we need to stay angry. You need to stay mad 24 hours a day. But you must also stop acting on emotion, because there is really no benefit to tearing up police cars and burning buildings. And I mean, it's all emotion. There's no benefit. Whatever you do, there should be some kind of benefit. Going to jail and you don't have nobody to post your bail, there's no benefit in all of it. And then also, there are brothers and sisters who act foolish, get shot up by the police. They were not innocent, doing dumb stuff. You don't want to get involved in all that crazy stuff just because they black. To hell with that. But you should be angry. You should be upset. You should be mad when you hear, and there are so many cases of us where we know that these brothers and sisters should not have been murdered by the pigs the way they were. But again, like I say, very good news to me. I love to see y'all angry and upset. Milwaukee on fire. I'm loving it. I like to see that. But now, stay angry, stay mad, and act in a more intelligent manner, a more slick, wise, strategic manner. Be smart. Control your emotions and bring benefit to your cause. Now, this would be part 2 of my video, Black Urban Guerrilla Warfare. And I start off by saying this. The reason why Caucasian people, I'm not going to say all, because that would be a lie, but there is a great majority who hold positions of power, influence, and authority. They have a problem with the descendants of slaves born in America having dark skin. Not simply due to hate, but because actually who you and I are. We who have dark skin, born in America, our ancestry goes back hundreds of years. In fact, this is what they are really angry about. They are angry because our ancestry actually goes back as far as theirs do in this nation. We hear all the time that the first one to die in the Revolutionary War was a person called Crispus Attucks, a person who had dark skin, who would be considered, I guess, African Americanus. So when they tell us go back to Africa, they know they're talking a bunch of bull, because actually our origins really, regardless to who our foreparents really were, our actual origins, we are a product of America. They made and created us. And we, matter of fact, to my knowledge, there were some black people who were free that came here from England in the very beginning, that helped start America, and they were free. They were not slaves. So we were not always slaves. There's also a possibility that the so-called Native American, that they call Indian, actually were black people also. So having a knowledge of this, they know, we don't know. And they love that we stay confused trying to find our identity. I don't need all that. The only thing I need to know is that I have dark skin and I am a descendant of a slave born in America. So I am just as much a citizen, whether you cracker like it or not. I was here from the very beginning, just like you. And then you turn on us and made slaves out of our ancestors, you bastards. That's the only difference. But these pink racists want us to stay in our place. Because if we don't stay in our place, they fear that we will rise up and we will actually take over this nation because of our intelligence, because of our talent. And there is no one conqueror that would like to know that the people they once oppressed and enslaved in some later date would rise up and take over the country where they once was oppressed and enslaved. They don't like that thought. That's why they continue to mistreat us and do what they do, so that we may stay in our places and have a fear of them. Y'all don't have no fear of them no more. We're not interested. They can't bully us like they used to. Burn, Milwaukee, burn. That's what I say. Stay angry. Rise, Ferguson, again. Baltimore, rise. New York and Los Angeles, wherever we are, y'all rise and get angry and mad. The hell with these pigs, these beasts. They called us animals. They treated us like animals. But the devil always knew that we really actually were human beings. Because if we were not human beings, then why would the devils count us in their population? They called us or counted us as 3/5 of a human being and all whatever. They said we didn't have no soul, but yet and still we were advanced. We were intelligent enough. Whereas they counted us in their census, they're part of their population. As far as the voting process was concerned, the slave master could claim a certain amount of slaves in the population. Why didn't they do this with the cows and the chickens and the rabbits and the sheep and whatever else they were raising? They always knew that we was human. So low down and dirty. But all of a sudden, we're supposed to view them as friends. No, that's not how it works. And y'all are silly to forget all this that they have done and continue to do and embrace them like nothing is wrong. We have some issues here. These issues, you've caused an injury and the injury is still there. Black urban guerrilla warfare. I spoke about it in relation to dealing with our oppressors, but I also want to bring some more suggestion to us. In order to be successful at this war, you must have support of the people. You must have support of the people, otherwise you really can't get nothing off. How can we get support of the people? First of all, we need strong, brave black men. So actually I'm talking to the wind. You don't have strong, black men. You have black women and children who are stronger than black men. History proves this. Back in the 60s, where was the men? You had women and children out in the streets. Where was the men? The men was at the liquor store, at the hoe house. That's what the men was doing. And you wonder why it's so much talk against. Do what you claim. You claim that you're a provider and a protector and all this other stuff. Well, do it. You want all this praise and have not earned nothing. This is your time, black man, in this nation. Step up to the plate. Stop listening to these old ragtag, fictional fantasy, delusional leaders. Get on board, think for yourself, and go for the gusto. I want to say, in order to get and be successful at this, we actually need to clean up our own house first. We must be able to handle the little guy before you talk about dealing with the big guy. Because if you can't handle the little guy, you don't have a chance in hell with the big guy. We know who the big guy is. Who are the little guys? The little guys are some individual silly people which you can't point them out. They just silly. They silly and they kill black folks. But because we're silly in the mind, we are messed up in the mind. So you can't, it's hard, it's difficult to weed them out. But we do have those who have turned savage in our communities. We call them black gangs. We should not want to hurt any of our people. We should not want to go to war with any of our people. But we need to tell the black gangs who are causing destruction, murder, and terror in our communities, as black men, we have to step and tell them it's over. Young brothers, old brothers, whoever is involved in these gangs, this activity in our communities must cease. Now, you don't tell these brothers and some sisters, tell them this is their livelihood. So whenever we decide that we must move in this direction, there must be an alternative so they can go. We must make clear nobody wants to hurt them. We love the brothers in the Crips. We love the brothers in the Bloods and the 49ers and the Gangster Disciples or whatever gang affiliation that we have. But this type of activity, the pimps, and other folks that's out there, and whoever out here causing harm to the black community, y'all got to stop. And of course, some of them will listen to us, and then you have those who said, man, nigga, get out of my face. So we're going to have to deal with those who say, nigga, get out of our face. How? So what you gonna do? If Louis Farrakhan can call 1 million men to Washington, excuse me, I'm all tongue-tied, Washington, D.C., to hear a speech, and the result really is absolutely nothing. And y'all keep going to Washington, D.C., and really there's nothing. The anniversary for Justice or Else is coming up. Where are the updates? What has been accomplished? If you can do this, then why can't 1 million men? We can do this city by city, 1 million men, and it really don't take 1 million men. We can start in a place like Chicago, and those gangs and these evil, wicked, savage Negroes who want to continue to terrorize us, well, we let them know that 1 million black men are coming to Chicago, and we have intelligence, we know who you are, and we're going to have to deal with you. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. And we will do. Now, mind you, some of us involved, you might get hurt, might even get killed. But guess what? When it's all said and done, when 1 million men decide there would be no more gangs in Chicago, there would be no more gangs. And when the people see you, brothers, we act in this kind of manner, the people will support us in anything we decide to do, and you will get respect from your people, and you will get respect from even from the devil who's oppressing you, because now they know you mean business. Because if you can handle the evil in your own house, they know that they're next. It's very simple. What's stopping you? What's stopping you is fear. What's stopping you is fear of your life being taken. What is stopping you is fear of losing your job. Don't worry about these things. I thought that y'all believe in God. You're doing something that God approves of. God does not want us to suffer. Look at your Bible. God causes people to go to war against their oppressor. Since God is not here to actually do the fighting for us, then we must fight for ourselves. But you should know that God is backing you up. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not trying to hurt nobody, trying to get rich. You actually are defending yourself against savage Negroes in the community, and eventually you will be defending yourself against these racists who continue to harass and oppress us every day. But we don't have a chance in hell to really bring solution to the problem until we get the support of the people. And I guarantee you, they are ready to support you. They will donate money. They will hide you out. They will help us do what we need to do. It's simple as that. They are ready. People are sick of the nonsense. Let's do this and get it over with once